Last time we saw a living image of the original power seated in the heart of Savitri. A living image of the original power, a face, a form came down into her heart and made of it its temple and pure abode. The moment that original power came down as a result of that impact, out of the inconscious, soulless, mindless night arose a flaming serpent. The coiled up energy which was lying asleep at the base of the things that got stirred and it started rising, touching center above center. It rose, billowing its coils, and stood erect and climbing mightily, stormily on its way. It touched her center with its flaming mouth. In the castle of the lotus, twixt the brows, whence it shoots the arrows of sight and will. This is what happens from the brow, the Ajna Chakra, when it opens out, then sight and will become active. Whence it shoots the arrows of his sight and will in the passage of the lotus of the throat, where speech must rise and expressing mind and the heart's impulse run towards word and fact. A glad uplift and a new working came. The immortal thoughts displays our bounded view. The immortal thoughts also drive idea and sense. All things now bore a deeper, heavenlier sense. A glad, clear harmony marked their truth's outline, reset the balance and measure of the world. The serpent has risen, and these three centers above the head, on the brow, in the throat, they have become active. Each shaped its occult design, unveiled God's meaning in it for which it was made, and the vivid splendor of his artist thought. A channel of the mighty mother's choice, the immortal's will took into its calm control our blind or erring government of life, a loose republic once of wants and needs, then bowed to the uncertain sovereign mind. Life now obeyed to a diviner rule, and every act became an act of God. That is how the life force has become now an instrument for the divine's work. In the kingdom of the lotus of the heart, love chanting is pure hymeneal hymn, made life and body mirror of his sacred joy, and all the emotions gave themselves to God. In the navel lotus's broad imperial range, down below the lotus of the heart, in the navel lotus's broad imperial range, its proud ambitions and its master lust, as if a fiery kiss had broken their sleep. They bloomed and laughed surcharged with light and bliss. Then at the crown it joined eternal space. In the flower of the head, in the flower of matter's base, in each divine stronghold and nature not, it held together the mystic stream which joined the viewless summits with the unseen depths. The string of force that made the frail defense, safeguarding us against the enormous world. Our lines of self-expression in its vast, an image sat of the original power, an image sat of the original power, wearing the mighty mother's form and face. In the navel lotus's broad imperial range, its proud ambitions and its master lust were tamed into instruments of a great calm stream to do the work of God on earthly soil. In the narrow neither center's petty parts, his childish game of daily dwarf desire was changed into a sweet and boisterous play, a romp of little gods with life in time. In the deep place where once the serpent slept, there came a grip on matter's giant powers for large utilities in life's little space. A firm ground was made for heaven's descending might. Behind all reigned her sovereign, deathless soul, casting aside its veil of ignorance, allied to gods and cosmic beings and powers, it built the harmony of its human state. Surrendered into the great World Mother's hand, only she obeyed her soul supreme behest in the enigma of the inconscious world. A secret soul behind, supporting all, is master and witness of our ignorant life, admits the person's look and nature's rule. But once the hidden doors are flung apart, then the waking steps out in nature's front. A light comes down into the ignorance. Its heavy, painful knot loosens its grasp. The mind becomes a mastered instrument, and life a human figure of the soul. All happy grows towards knowledge and towards bliss. A divine fusion then takes nature's place and pushes the movements of our body and mind. Possessor of our passionate hopes and dreams, the beloved despot of our thoughts and acts, she streams into us with her unbound force. Into mortal limbs, the immortal's rapture and power. An inner law of beauty shapes our lives. Our words become the natural speech of truth. Each thought is a ripple on a sea of light. Then sin and virtue leave the cosmic lease. The struggle no more in our delivered hearts. Our acts chime with God's simple, natural good, or serve the rule of a supernal right. Well, this is the description of the descent of the transcendental power into the soul of Savitri. Center after center awaken to his presence. We have here the inrush of Mahakundalini in the various centers of Savitri's subtle body. The seven centers in the subtle body are starting from below Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura, Anahata, Vishuddha, Atnya, and Sahasrara. These are the ascending centers in the traditional Kundalini Yoga. The serpent force rises from below and climbs up all the way up to Sahasrara. In the case of Savitri, there is a simultaneous movement. The moment the divine power touches her subtle body, there is the rush of the serpent force rising from below and touching the centers one above the other. The seven centers are here above the head. We have Soham from the thousand petal lotus crown here. Soham. Then at the brow, Om. Then at the throat, Hum. At the cardiac center, Yam. At the navel, Ram. At the genital, Vam. And at the base, Muladhara is Lam. At the base of the spine. So we have Soham, Om, Ham, Yam, Ram, Vam, Lam. That is how the forces descend from above down below. Soham, Om, Ham, Yam, Ram, Vam, Lam. There is a yogic description about these seven centers. Starting from below, we have got Muladhara. These seven centers also correspond to seven notes, seven musical notes. Sa, Re, Ga, Ma, Pa, Dha, Ni. Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Si. The seven notes correspond to the seven centers in our subtle body. Thus we have, starting from below, at the Muladhara, Sa or Do. At the Swadhisthana, we have Re. At Manipura, Ga. At Anahata, Ma. At Vishuddha, Pa. At Ajna, Dha. And above the head, Ni. So we have got Sa, Re, Ga, Ma, Pa, Dha, Ni. Again, Sa. Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Si. These are the seven notes of the musical chord. Now, these centers, they are forts, they are knots, they are also described as lotuses, seven lotuses. We have at the Muladhara a four-petaled lotus corresponding to Sa, four-petaled lotus, and the color of this lotus is crimson. Then Swadhisthana, we have six-petaled lotus. The color is vermilion. At Manipura, there are 10 petals to the lotus, blue in color. At Anahata, the lotus is 12 petaled lotus, red in color. Vishuddha, 16 petals of the lotus, and they are smoky purple. At Ajna, there are two petals of the lotus, bright white, two petals. At Sahasrara, of course, it is a thousand-petaled lotus, gold in color. This is the yogic description of the seven centers in the subtle physical of our body. Thus we have Muladhara, Swadhisthana, Manipura, Anahata, Vishuddha, Ajna, Sahasrara, corresponding to thousand petaled here, brow, throat, cardiac center, navel, at the genital, and at the base of the spine. Now, at the base of the spine lies the serpent energy, always asleep. It is only by the Kundalini force that it can be wakened up, and it can then climb up center above center, going all the way up to Sahasrara. This is a tantric description of the sadhana of the inner world, and it is the occult power which is now becoming active in the physical nature also, in the subtle physical nature also. And it is that now which got established in the case of Savitri. The mighty mother, the divine force has touched her heart, and suddenly the serpent force has become active. We have a description of the seven centers in terms of the seven suns of the supermind described by Sri Aurobindo. The seven suns of the supermind he described as follows: the sun of supramental truth, knowledge power originating the supramental creation. Knowledge power originating the supramental creation. That is the sun of supramental truth. Descend into the Sahasrara Dala. It is that which descends into the thousand-petaled lotus, Sahasrara Dala. The next is the sun of supramental light and will power, transmitting the knowledge power as dynamic vision and command to create, found and organize the supramental creation. Descend into the Ajna Chakra, the center between the eyes. Here. The third is the sun of supramental word, embodying the knowledge power, empowered to express and arrange supramental creation. Descend into the throat center. The fourth is the sun of supramental love, beauty, and bliss, realizing the soul of knowledge power to vivify and harmonize the supramental creation. Descent into the heart lotus. The fifth is the sun of supramental force, dynamized as a power and source of life to support the supramental creation. Descent into the navel center. The sixth is the sun of life radiances, power rays, distributing the dynamics and pouring it into concrete formations. Descent into the penultimate center. The sun of supramental substance energy and form energy empower to embody the supramental life and stabilize the creation. Descend into Muladhara at the base of the spine. These are the seven suns, the supramental suns, which have to become active if there has to be the physical transformation. In the present context, Savitri is more concerned with the divine power, divine might, establishing itself in all the centers of activity in a physical body, in a subtle physical body, so that with that strength she can meet death and conquer death. In fact, for the purposes of physical transformation, perhaps there had to be more centers. There had to be in all 12 centers, not 7 but 12. 3 above the head and 2 below the feet, the subconscient and the inconscient, and the worlds of higher mind, of intuition, inspiration, revelation in the divine sense. These are the centers which had to become active. All the 12 centers had to become active, and then only there is the possibility of physical transformation. The mother body, in her body, all these centers were open. They had opened themselves to the higher force and light. In fact, she says that in her body, all these suns were conscient right from her birth. All the suns were conscient in her physical body, in her subtle physical body, right from her birth. Her body was a specially prepared body to take up the work of physical transformation.